Welcome to Pody Says Malicious Compliance, where people conform to the letter, but not the spirit of the request. Order me to buy your kids expensive gifts for Christmas? Okay then. So, my brothers and sisters basically ordered me and my wife to buy their children, our nieces and nephews, expensive gifts for Christmas because, according to them, we were well off. We're not really, we're just financially responsible. But since they asked for it, and it's already on the budget, we decided to be vindictive this year. So for the most amazing Christmas, our nieces and nephews will each get 5 tubs of Play-Doh, which sticks to everything, 5 kilograms of multicolored kinetic sand, which gets everywhere, 5 tubs of gooey slime, see all above, 5 packs of easy fill water balloons, age-appropriate Nerf guns, and safety glasses. This should be a fun Christmas. Update 1. Well, this blew up. Oh man, I should have asked first before I ordered this stuff. You guys have such diabolical ideas. I think this could be the start of a new Christmas tradition, depending on if my siblings remain naughty or nice. For those suggesting the Legos, we already gave them small boxes of them a few months ago as giveaways for our son's birthday. These should complement them nicely. For those suggesting a drum set or noisemakers, I left them out intentionally. It would be a bad idea since my sisters work nights at the hospital. I don't want them to lose sleep during the day and affect their jobs at night when lives are at stake. Sleep is important. You don't mess with it. For those saying that these are not at all expensive gifts, exactly. You demand someone expensive gifts, you get cheap, annoying ones instead. But will the children care? No. They'll think it's the best Christmas ever. My wife told me to buy us a couple of those automatic Nerf guns from the money we saved from the gifts, for protection. Also, we will not be including the water balloons, as I was reminded that I do not want a repeat of the great impromptu water balloon fight of 2018, which I may or may not write about, but it would fit snugly in r/entitled siblings. Also, no glitter. It's too much. Don't like our slow gas pumps? Take your business someplace else. This happened many years ago at the company I currently work for. At the time, we had about 130 company vehicles at our location, and our own fuel pumps. Our location is a few miles outside of town. There was one small privately owned gas station within 100 yards of our company. It received a lot of our business, because while we did not get gas there, our employees would stop in the morning, lunch, and after work to pick things up. Their breakfast business was very strong. One of the owners was very rude. She would curse at us to hurry up and pick what we wanted, but for the most part, they were okay. There was a change in the law on below-ground fuel pumps, and we found out that we could no longer provide our own fuel to company vehicles. As a result, we made a deal with this small gas station to provide all the fuel for our company. Right away, it was a nightmare. They only had 4 regular pumps and 1 diesel pump. While the regular cars could fuel up at different times, our large trucks would bottle up bad in the morning at the 1 pump. So we sat down with them and requested they install a fast diesel pump designed for large trucks. I was actually in on that meeting. The wife just laughed at us. She said there was no way in hell she would pay for that, and if we did not like it, we could just take our business elsewhere. In her mind, we did not have a lot of options, and even if we did, she would still have all of our breakfast, lunch, and after-work business. Cue compliance. So we did. We did not want a repeat of what was happening at this location, so we supplied all employees with a ComData card so they could get fuel at any place they wanted. This hurt that business more than anyone could have realized. With our employees now stopping at the locations of their choice, they no longer needed to stop to pick up snacks, drink, or food at this store. Their morning, lunch, and afternoon work business evaporated. 3 months later, they came to our company to let us know they would now install the new pump. We told them it was too late. I still remember after we said no, the angry woman got mad again and used the F word. 1 month after that, just the husband came by and asked if there was anything he could do to get our business back. We had signed a contract and it was actually saving us money, so we said no. They closed the store about a year after that and tried to sell the location for $1 million. It sat for years until it finally went for about $100,000 to a veterinary clinic. First reaction from Thorough by C. Talk about a don't put all your eggs in one basket situation. How could they not realize where the most of their business was coming from and what would happen if they literally told all that business to go elsewhere? Next response from P. Manavato. Wow, when I was a kid, there was a gas station near my house. They eventually shut down because the owners of the building increased rent because they could. They refused to pay and left. That property stood abandoned from 2008 to 2018 because no one wanted to pay the price. It then got sold cheaply to a realtor. School Group Project. Inspired by another post here which triggered the heck out of me. A college project where it was an assigned group of 5. We didn't know each other. I am convinced teachers do this not so we learn how to work in groups, but rather so they only have to mark 6 papers instead of 30. One of the other 4 showed up to one of our team meetings once. The others never showed up at all. The one who did show up brought no work, no laptop, no pen or paper. Was just there. Everyone had a specific section to work on, and we were to present in class as a group. Throughout the term, we had a Google Doc where we could upload our work. One signed on once and did nothing else. One asked one question, "What the F is this even about?" One said this was stupid and he wasn't doing it. The other one copy-pasted Wikipedia and that was it. Everything was divided evenly, and every week we were to check in with the professor in regards to questions and problems. I didn't hold back, so I simply asked what would happen if I only do my part because the other 4 were flaking out and not even coming to class. Her response? We'd all fail. So fine, I did everything. Day of the presentation, they all showed up. It was worth 40% of our grade. The class had a copy of the presentation, and the professor had a line-by-line version of what we were going to present, as well as the written report. I gave the introduction and let the other 4 present their parts. They never once asked to see any of it or read any of it beforehand. They were just going to present. Okay. The PowerPoint was just a photo, no text, and none of them had anything to say. One tried to sum up my introduction, and he looked worse for trying. The others simply refused to go to the podium. What I did not do is put the text on the PowerPoint for any of our parts, which means I had to memorize my intro, my section, and the conclusion. In my support for the conclusion, I summarized what they were supposed to say, so it made sense. The written report only had my name on it, and I included an addendum for the other 4 people's contribution in total. It was a printout of our work Google Doc with all their names and contributions, including the plagiarized Wikipedia. They were pissed at me for not including the text or specifically screwing up their parts. They didn't even know the topic of the presentation, let alone what they were supposed to say. My professor said we'd all get the same grade, and because of 4 of the 5 sections were incomplete, it would be a failing grade. I was going into that presentation with a 98%, so even if I got a 0, I'd pass the course, but there was no way I was accepting that. There is an appeal process that goes to the chair of the program and then the dean of the school. On the day of the appeal meeting with the chair of the program, I was informed that they decided I would be graded for my part and the other 4 would get a 0. I got an 85, which honestly was a low grade for the work, but the other 4 failed the program. If I had put the text in the PowerPoint and just let them read it, then they would probably have passed, and I would have upped my average from 93% to 95 or something like that. I regret nothing. It was so worth it. We got a reaction from ADP1. It's absolute BS that you were initially given a failing mark when it was abundantly clear that the others had contributed nothing. It just illustrates that supposedly educated professor was unable to exercise even the slightest modicum of common sense and judgment. How did she become a professor? The OP replies, she's really knowledgeable about the subject, has authored the reference textbook that other universities use, and has written several articles in peer-reviewed journals. She also was conducting a major research study on the subject, which I will not name because a quick Google search may dox her. I don't like her or what she did, but she is brilliant on the subject. I just don't think she should be teaching. She also has a hard time conveying the vast knowledge she has bouncing around in her head to mere undergrads just learning the topic. She should teach postgrads or just do research. I think that is objective as I can be. I work in a warehouse. We're allowed to have speakers, but not headphones for safety reasons. Last week I was informed of this rule and sent home early because I was wearing earbuds. I completely understand the rule after thinking about it, but my supervisor plays favorites and allows our forklift drivers as well as team leads wearing earbuds. I am not a forklift driver and don't work around them, but was informed we could not have them because you need to be able to hear your surroundings, and told to buy a Bluetooth speaker if I wanted to listen to music. Fast forward to today. I purchased a speaker and it arrived. Mind you, almost every speaker in our facility is a small one, like 100 watts at most. I purchased a 30,000 peak 900 watt RMS double 15-inch sub and double 3-inch tweeter combo with its own amp. The speaker box itself is the size of a concert cabinet stack, about 5 feet tall and weighs over 100 pounds. My boss was both not impressed and impressed. As I walked in, his jaw dropped. Now, they're trying to rewrite the speaker rule, but there's no way they'll ever do it, as his boss assures me for productivity reasons, and also his boss encouraged me to turn it up when he told on me. I was able to hear my speaker blasting "Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go" by Wham! Over 100 yards away over all the machinery at half volume. Is this fitting for the sub, as it is my first submission? One quick response from Threads Off 8 2021. How exactly is it safe for the forklift operators to wear earbuds? They need to be aware of their surroundings as much as everyone else. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Comment down below and give us a thumbs up. Love you guys. Bye.